Hello, sir. I am Mohamed Merabet from Group 2. I am about to present hacking because it's a widespread phenomenon nowadays. Okay, we start with the first slide. Okay, history of hacking. The first computer hack was in late 1960s when Bell Labs successfully hacked and modified the Unix operating system. In the 1980s, people started to hack computer systems to gain access to confidential information. Now, what is hacking? Hacking is typically technical in nature, like creating malvertising that deposits malware in drive-by attack, requiring no user interaction. But hackers can also use psychology to trick the user into clicking on a malicious attachment or providing a personal data. These tactics are referred to as social engineering. There are three types of hackers called white, black, and gray. One is enthusiastic, skillful computer programmer or user. Another uses computers to gain unauthorized access to data, directs knowledge towards criminal acts, such as the distribution of pirated software, games, viruses, and worms that could virtually shut down systems. The third kind is in between the good and the bad. Okay, now let's move to hacking techniques. The first one is keylogger, the second is phishing, the third one is fake web, the fourth one is waterhole attacks, the fifth one is denial of service DOS or DDoS. The sixth one is eavesdropping or passive attacks. Now starting with the first one, keylogger is simple software that records the key sequence and strokes of your keyboard into a log file on your machine. These log files might even contain your personal email IDs and passwords. Keylogger is one of the main reasons why online banking sites give you an option to use these virtual keyboards. Now the second one is phishing. Once the victim tries to log in or enter some data, the hacker gets that private information of the target victim using the Trojan running on the fake site. Now the fake web. Even just for fun, a hacker can use software to fake a wireless access point. This swap connects to the official public place web. Once you get connected to the fake web, a hacker can access your data, just like in the above case. Example tool Wi-Fi pumpkin. Now, waterhole attacks. If you are a big fan of Discovery or National Geographic channels, you could relate easily with the waterhole attacks. To poison a place in that case, the hacker hits the most accessible physical point of the victim. For example, if the source of a river is poisoned, it will hit the entire stretch of animals during summer. In the summer way, hackers target the most accessed physical location to attack the victim. That point could be a coffee shop, a cafeteria, etc. Once hackers are aware of your timing, they might create a full fake Wi-Fi access point and modify your most visited websites to redirect them to you to get your personal information. Now, denial of service attack. A denial of service attack is a hacking technique to take down a server by flooding that site or server with a lot of traffic that the server is unable to process all the requests in the real time and finally crash down. For DDoS attacks, hackers often deploy botnets or zombie computers which have got the only work to flood your system with request packets. Now, eavesdropping or passive attacks. Unlike other attacks which are active in nature, using a passive attack, a hacker just monitors the computer systems and networks to gain some unwanted information. The motive behind eavesdropping is not to harm the system, but to get some information without being identified. Now, the hacking language. Since most of the tech is built around World Wide Web, it's important to learn web hacking to be a good hacker. Let's say you are interested in hacking web apps and/or websites, then you will need to learn web coding. Websites use mostly HTML, PHP, and JavaScript, so it is important to learn these three. Okay. PHP, everything on site and server, like a captain of a ship. It is advised to learn PHP nicely. It is a dynamic server-side language which is responsible for managing web apps and database. PHP is considered one of the most essential language because it controls database. SQL. SQL is responsible for storing and managing sensitive and confidential data, such as user confidentials, bank and personal information about the website visitors. Black hat hackers mostly target SQL database and steal information which is later sold or underground dark web forum. If you want to be a good security researcher, you should learn SQL so that you can find the flaws in websites and report them. Now, how to translate the hacker's language. 1 refers to I or L, 3 refers to E, 4 means A, 7 refers to T, 9 represents G, 0 represents O, and the $sign represents S, and this line represents I or L, slash represents N, and this V represents M, S represents Z, Z represents S, F represents PH, PH represents F, X represents CK, and CK stands for X. Now we have a simple activity, how to translate the hacker's language. Example, can you read this language? Can you read this sentence using the hacker's language? You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And the answer is, I did not hack this page. It was like this one I hacked in. Now we are going to conclude our presentation with the top 10 ethical hackers. Okay, we have Rahul Tyage, Pranav Mistry, Ankit Fadia among these 10. Okay, thank you for your time and your listening, and sorry for the noise. Where we could have done better, but we didn't have, how to say, a good setting to record this. Thank you again.